Hey there, welcome back to Audiobook Brief. Today's journey leads us into the profound insights of Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Get ready to explore the power of purpose and intention in driving success and inspiring others. You will learn how to connect deeply with your values, communicate authentically, and lead with a clear why. In a world filled with noise, understanding the essence of your actions can set you apart and propel you towards lasting achievements. Stay tuned for game-changing strategies and inspiring stories that can reshape your perspective on leadership and innovation. The chapter emphasizes the importance of understanding the why behind decisions and actions. When people operate on assumptions, whether they're about historical events or current strategies, they risk making choices that can lead to failure. Assumptions can cloud judgment. It's like thinking you can ace a game just by following a few rules. But if you don't know the game's essence, you might still lose. This is especially relevant in today's fast-paced world, where quick decisions often overshadow thoughtful ones. Take the American car executives witnessing the Japanese assembly line. They discovered that instead of troubleshooting at the end, the Japanese focused on quality from the start. This shows the effectiveness of intentional strategies over reactive fixes. Moreover, it raises the question of integrity in leadership. Do we merely obtain results, or do we truly understand and stand behind our motives? The lesson here is that long-term success in organizations relies on consistent, purpose-driven actions rather than navigating through problems with temporary solutions. It suggests that leaders need to dig deeper into their values and the reasons for their decisions to foster environments that produce meaningful results consistently. This chapter dives into the distinction between manipulation and inspiration in business. It highlights that many companies are in a cycle of using manipulative tactics to drive sales, not realizing that these actions can lead to a loss of loyalty. Sinek emphasizes the idea that while manipulations like price cuts may yield immediate success, they ultimately create a transactional relationship devoid of deeper connections. It's kind of like how a sugar rush gives you lots of energy but doesn't last, leaving you feeling low later on. Instead, creating lasting relationships through inspiration can lead to greater returns over time. The dynamics of the customer relationship change dramatically when companies operate from a place of purpose and belief, rather than just trying to sell things. Sinek uses examples from industries such as automotive and retail to show how manipulative strategies have backfired. This analysis prompts the reader to consider their own experiences with brands and whether loyalty was born out of genuine connection or simply smart marketing tricks. This chapter really shines a light on how motivation works in the world, both in leadership and business. The Golden Circle isn't just about marketing. It's a philosophy that encourages us to dig deeper into what really drives us as individuals and organizations. Starting with why allows leaders to inspire rather than manipulate, which is so crucial in a world filled with ads trying to sway our decisions. Think of inspiring leaders like a favorite teacher or mentor, someone who motivates you with their passion and vision rather than just telling you what to do, for instance. Apple's approach shows that when they market their products, it's not about the features alone, but about a larger vision that resonates with consumers. When they assert they believe in challenging the status quo, they connect with people on a personal level. It's like finding a friend who shares your values. The idea that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, is liberating. It opens up new ways of thinking about how we present ourselves in any field, from school projects to career choices. The Golden Circle is a reminder to stay true to our beliefs, and it also serves as a warning about what can happen when organizations lose sight of their why. When companies focus only on what they do, like the example of the railroads, they risk becoming obsolete. This chapter pushes us all to ask tough questions about our motivations and align our actions with our beliefs, whether that's in a personal context, leadership, or business. This chapter digs deep into the psychology of belonging and decision-making. The Sneetches serve as a perfect metaphor for our need for acceptance and identity. Just like the Sneetches, we often seek out brands and organizations that reflect our values. Think about it. Why do some people only buy Apple products or wear certain clothes? It's because they feel a connection to the ideals those brands stand for. This isn't merely a trend, it's biology. The limbic brain governs emotional responses, showing why many decisions are gut-based rather than rational. We link our feelings to the brands we support, often rationalizing choices post-decision to align with our self-perception. When companies lead with why, rather than listing features or prices, they tap into this innate desire. For example, Apple positions itself as innovative and creative, appealing to individuals who see themselves that way. This chapter isn't just aimed at businesses. There's a significant takeaway about understanding our motivations. Why do we make certain choices? Often, it's not just logic, but the underlying emotions and biases driving us. It's worth pondering. Do we choose friends, brands, or jobs based solely on rational thoughts or the deeper emotions attached? The magic happens when we recognize our humanity and that these emotional ties can drive moments of inspiration and change. This chapter really digs into the importance of clarity, discipline, and consistency in effective leadership and business practices. It emphasizes that it's not enough to just have a great product. Understanding the core reason behind what you do can truly inspire others to follow you. Imagine if your favorite band only played music to sell CDs. They'd probably lose your interest pretty quickly. But when they share their passion and purpose, you become more than just a fan. You connect with their message. The author stresses that values should be actionable, like always do the right thing, instead of just lofty ideals that don't lead to actual behaviors. This is like a friend who promises to always be there for you, yet vanishes when needed. It's the actions that matter. Lastly, the anecdote about Southwest Airlines showcases how having a clear purpose not only differentiates you from competitors, but also creates genuine connections with customers. This leads to long-term success built on loyalty, rather than manipulation and price competition, which are just short-term fixes. The turnaround at Continental Airlines highlights that trust is fundamental in any organization. When employees feel valued, they connect to a larger mission, which enhances their performance and loyalty. Bethune-Zas' shift from a culture of distrust to collaboration is crucial. It mirrors real-life scenarios where individuals are happier and more productive when they feel cared for and aligned with a larger goal. The message here resonates. True leadership is about service, creating an environment where people are motivated by common beliefs rather than just personal gain. It's a reminder that organizations thrive when there's a genuine bond between the cause and the people behind it. This can be likened to a sports team. When the players trust each other, they work better together and are more likely to succeed. Building trust not only boosts morale, but also propels the organization toward greater achievements. The chapter delves into the relationship between innovation diffusion and effective marketing strategies. The author discusses how companies often misjudge the market by trying to appeal to the middle population instead of focusing on those on the left side of the diffusion curve, the early adopters and innovators. For businesses, this insight is a game changer. It illustrates that loyal customers are pivotal in tipping the scale toward mass market acceptance. Real-world examples like TiVo demonstrate that even with excellent products and PR, failure to connect emotionally and share a powerful belief can lead to commercial failure. Additionally, the mention of figures like Martin Luther King Jr. shows that clarity and purpose mobilizes people around a cause. Just like Dr. King inspired a massive audience through shared beliefs, businesses can build a devoted customer base by articulating their core beliefs clearly. This idea transcends product marketing and resonates more with the human experience of shared values, making the case for authenticity in messaging. This section beautifully hits home the difference between simple enthusiasm and profound inspiration. While energy can elevate a moment, It's the underlying beliefs that create lasting movements. Think of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His dream was not just about equality. It was about a deep-seated belief in justice and hope for a better future. Likewise, when organizations articulate their WI, they cultivate an environment where employees aren't just clocking in, they're on a mission. By illustrating contrasting figures like Ballmer and Gates, we understand that charisma linked with a sense of direction pulls people in. It's like going to a concert. Sure, the star's energy is infectious, but it is the message and vibe they share that stick with the audience. When companies like Apple deliver their vision, aligning it with actions, they don't just sell products. They inspire a lifestyle, converting customers into loyal believers. This speaks volumes about the power of clarity in purpose. Companies that effectively share why they do what they do create a stronger emotional bond with their employees and their clientele. As we reflect on these ideas, we're urged to consider our motivations. What drives us, and how can we align our own personal mission within the workplace? The imagery of the gray uniform crowd versus the vibrant woman with a sledgehammer paints a vivid contrast between conformity and individuality, a theme central to what Apple represents. The commercial wasn't just a flashy ad. It was a manifesto proclaiming Apple's commitment to empowering individuals. The repetitive portrayal of individualism in Apple's campaigns shows that they know their why and want the world to know it too. This emphasizes the importance of a clear why as a North Star for any organization. As an organization scales, the challenge lies in maintaining that initial vision. Leaders must continually embody and express the why to keep the company aligned. Think about a favorite teacher. When they truly care about their subject and the students, their passion is infectious. The same applies to business leaders. They need to be the heart and soul of their companies, ensuring their beliefs resonate through everything the organization does. The biological aspect linked to the golden circle reveals a fascinating truth. Businesses often struggle to articulate their why effectively. It's like having a profound thought or feeling, but struggling to find the right words. Ever had a moment like that? By relying on storytelling and strong imagery, brands can bridge the gap between emotions and rational thought. This connection creates a deeper understanding with their audience, forming a bond that transcends mere transactions. In essence, organizations that master communicating their why inspire loyalty and passion. They are not just selling a product, they're sharing a belief, igniting a movement. Just as we feel a thrill when standing up for something we believe in, companies that encourage us to rally behind their vision thrive in competitive marketplaces. This chapter encourages a profound connection between personal and organizational beliefs, illustrating that true success stems from authenticity and clear communication. The chapter digs deep into the essence of communication. It's not just about shouting out your message, but rather making sure it resonates with others. By referencing iconic figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Ronald Reagan, the author illustrates how effective symbols can communicate profound truths, stirring emotions, and creating connections. Think about it. When we see a flag, it isn't just fabric. It's a representation of freedom and unity, drawing people towards a shared belief. The logos of companies often fall flat because, without a clear why, they're just pretty pictures that don't mean much. Take Harley-Davidson, for example. People even tattoo the logo on their skin because the brand symbolizes hardcore values, personal freedom, and identity, not just motorcycles. It shows how powerful a simple logo can become when it's infused with a philosophy that speaks to people. It's like wearing the band t-shirt. You're not just a fan. You are part of something bigger. The celery test is a genius metaphor for making decisions that align with your core values. Imagine walking into a supermarket with your beliefs guiding you. You'd automatically gravitate towards the healthy options, showing the world who you are and what you stand for. This idea can apply to personal decisions too. Ever wondered why you chose a certain friend group or hobby? It's likely because it aligns with your beliefs. When companies and individuals fail to pass the celery test, they risk tainting their identity and trustworthiness. VW's attempt to launch a luxury car illustrates how straying from a clear core belief can bewilder customers. Essentially, the clearer you are about your why, the better decisions you'll make, and the stronger your connection with others will be. It's a reminder that authenticity is key, whether in business or personal life. The journey of Walmart serves as a poignant example of why understanding your why is crucial in both business and life. Sam Walton didn't just want to sell products. He wanted to build relationships and communities. The moment Walmart blurred the lines between their mission and the method, they began to falter. It's like starting on a treasure hunt with a clear map, but then mistaking the steps for the actual destination. Achievements like profit margins and store expansions are essential, yet they don't replace the emotional fulfillment that comes from a deep-rooted purpose. The entrepreneurs at the MIT gathering illustrate this dichotomy well. They had achieved much, but felt an emptiness because they drifted from their core intentions. We often think that once we hit certain milestones, happiness will follow. But really, it's that relentless pursuit of understanding why we do what we do that truly defines success. Without a firm grip on our why, we risk becoming another impersonal giant rather than an inspiring leader. So next time you think about your goals, ask yourself, why do I want this? The answer might just help you balance out the tangible achievements with that intangible sense of fulfillment. The idea that starting with a strong why is vital reflects a universal truth about success that's easy to overlook, especially in business. When companies first launch, they're often brimming with excitement and driven by a clear purpose, which helps them attract passionate employees. But the moment they start focusing too much on tangible results like profits and numbers, they can lose that original spark. This scenario draws parallels to how friendships or team dynamics can shift once the heart of the group is ignored in favor of just getting things done. The chapter emphasizes that passion without structure is a recipe for failure, just as structure without passion leads to a soulless workplace. It's crucial for leaders to prevent their why from going fuzzy. This is where the magic happens, where inspiration grows and loyalty is built. Imagine a sports team suddenly forgetting why they love the game. They might still play well, but lose what made them special, which leads to rifts in team unity and morale. The challenge, hence, is balancing passion with practical systems, like ensuring your goals don't overtake your core values. Companies like Microsoft and Walmart's struggles serve as cautionary tales for new leaders. As you scale, keeping the why clear and loud can sustain motivation and trust within the company, just as it does in any meaningful relationship. The narrative about Jobs and Wozniak isn't just a historical recount. It resonates deeply with the core of what it means to inspire and lead. Their belief that technology should empower individuals instead of corporations sparked a revolution, not only for Apple, but across entire industries. This chapter serves as a reminder that visions born from genuine intent, like wanting every individual to have a voice, can turn into powerful movements. Apple's journey demonstrates the importance of clarity and purpose. They didn't just create products, they created a culture. It brings to mind the idea of a ripple effect. When one person stands up and voices a new idea, it can inspire countless others to follow suit. The tension between traditional models, like IBM and Atant, and innovative disruptors, like Apple, shows us that change is often fueled by those who dare to challenge norms. The mention of the cult of Apple illustrates a shared identity among employees and customers, a connection that transcends typical brand loyalty. This goes beyond products. It's about belonging to a vision that makes everyone feel part of something bigger. Jobs' quote about putting a ding in the universe encapsulates the chapter's essence: innovation for the sake of progress, not merely profit. It invites readers to reflect. What is your why? What sparks your passion, and how can that influence others? It's a powerful call to action for anyone dreaming of making an impact. Ben's journey in the race represents a powerful lesson about determination and purpose. Unlike typical runners who compete to outrun others, Ben runs to challenge himself, showing that when we shift our mindsets from external comparisons to internal growth, we can inspire others and foster a supportive environment. This shift is essential, not just in running, but also in our professional lives. The text argues that many businesses are caught up in competition, focusing purely on being better than others rather than bettering themselves. What if organizations approached their goals with the mindset that they are only competing against their previous performances? This would not only simplify decision-making, but also build trust and loyalty among employees and customers alike. Instead of striving solely for market dominance, businesses would strengthen their why, leading to a deeper connection with clients and an authentic pursuit of mutual success. The text encourages readers to embrace the idea of starting with why, suggesting that we can transform our workplaces into arenas of inspiration and growth. Ben's story serves as a metaphorical call to action. Let prioritize our individual and collective why, and the rest will follow. When people align with a shared vision, they are more likely to support each other and innovate together. In a world obsessed with competition, Ben's determination reminds us that real strength lies in perseverance and community support. Thank you for tuning in to our summary of Start With Why by Simon Sinek. We hope these key takeaways on the power of purpose and intention have sparked new insights and reflections within you. If you're eager to dive deeper into the world of inspiring leadership and meaningful connections, we highly recommend getting a copy of the book. Let Simon Sinek's profound insights guide you in aligning your actions with your core beliefs for lasting impact. Don't forget to explore our other summaries for more enriching content and stay inspired to always start with why. Keep learning and growing.